Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna let this play on YouTube, fellas. You know why. But as I said in an earlier video, they don't around in China. You want gender equality, you're gonna get gender equality. And in this day and age, real men should defend themselves. And if you agree, like the video, subscribe if you're new around here, and stay cautious, fellas. And yeah, if you want to see the uncensored version, it's gonna be on the Patreon, link in the description.
You met me with me being friendly? No, you didn't meet me being friendly. You bet me I was on your body, and I didn't like the way you was moving, so I started fucking with the joint that was fucking with me. That's it. That's the facts. Because if you wasn't moving the way you was moving, everything would have went different that night. But I'm a nigga that, like, I just move according to what's going on in front of me. You know what I mean? So that's what I did.
You take what's available.
I don't take what's available. I fuck with who fucks with me, and that night you wasn't fucking with me. So what you want me to do? Be on your body?
I always say that.
Let me know. What would you do in my position?
You fuck with what's available.
If the shoes were reversed, what would you do? Exactly my point.
I always say that, fellas. Always be interested in who is interested in you. Mutual attraction is not too much to ask.
I was with my husband for 10 years. And I'm going to be honest, I lost a good man because of my mindset of I can compete with a man. Queen vibes, princess treatment. I ain't have to work. I ain't have to do nothing. But my mouth was bad. And I lost a good man. I'm taking that L. I disobeyed every direct order, but I didn't cheat. And I thought, like, oh, I'm the perfect wife. I don't cheat. I don't go outside. I don't even get dolled up. But I'm in the house saying, fuck you, suck my dick. Fuck your mother.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck everybody. And it's man, the kids we got together type shit. That's how mad I get. I up a whole marriage. I had the that every bitch wanted. And I'm sitting here saying that because it eats me up every day. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm an alpha at the end of the day, and that's what me up. He put me in a soft girl era, but I still had the mindset of an alpha.
What kind of bullshit is that? I'm an alpha at the end of the day. She uses that word like it's a zodiac sign right now. But I'm glad that she's holding herself accountable. Because what she said is not being alpha. You're just being aggressive.
I'm 32 and a half, and it's got to that point in my life where every single way that I look, someone is announcing a pregnancy, a birth. My baby's turning 1, my baby's turning 2, I'm having my 3rd baby, I'm having my 2nd baby. People trying for babies. And I feel sad in a way because I'm like, God, that really may never be me. And I kind of need to make peace with that.
You did it. Congratulations. You don't need a man. I'm sure if we check around her circle a few years ago, there was a man for her out there, but she didn't want him because of hypergamy.
I don't get when girls be like, oh, that's weird that a man would rather go hoop with his bros, chill with his bros, instead of chill with me. And my main argument is, bro, you want to argue and be irritating. You want him to spend a bunch of money. He with the bros just chilling, just conversating. You can't even hold a conversation. Do y'all not genuinely realize how irritating y'all can be? And I'm not saying females are irritating. There's some that are actually peaceful and cool to be around. Majority isn't, though. That's not how it works, you know what I'm saying? Most of y'all are just irritating as fuck and get on people's nerves. And the fact that you think a nigga supposed to want to chill with you all day, spend his money on a bunch of food because you want to eat different things, and spend his money to go do something because you bored, you don't know what to do. You want to go spend some money to do some shit. And he can go chill with the bros and hoop for free. He can go hoop for 3-4 hours and had the time of his life. And y'all be like, oh, that's weird. You must like dudes. How does that work, gang? You're boring. Like, he never said he want to crack bros. He want to chill with bros. He want to hang out with them because they're fun. You are actually boring, but you're cool to crack. You know what I'm saying? That's probably most of the time the case with y'all. Like, they don't make him zesty.
Calling men gay has always been a coping mechanism to avoid self-reflection. And by the way, the same women that say this shit be complaining about how annoying their friends are.
Well, I want to be winding down, and that's it.
And I deserve it.
I deserve it.
This ain't healthy. Don't tell your daughter she's the prize and she deserves this and she deserves that.
Hey,
You don't tell your daughter that?
I told my daughter, shit, we talked about on the show. If you in college and that nigga's a linebacker and we looking at the goddamn it.
Wait, why he got to be a linebacker and looking at in the NFL?
I'm just hoping.
No.
Well, that's what.
He just a nigga working at Taco Bell.
No, not the linebacker.
No.
I'm telling you, hold on, you talking too much. I'm telling you a story, a legit story we had on the podcast.
Go ahead.
He asked me, he said, would you care if your daughter dated the nigga that played on the team? I wouldn't give a fuck. Let's get him to the NFL.
You
Does that nigga need some
speaking
new tires?
money.
Daddy will help.
Don't speak money. now back it up.
Girl, get
Now
lock
back
it in.
Back it
All
up.
if listen to what I'm saying. If that nigga on that football team, this is a college student.
We talking about money.
And but
No, I'm
go to the college student. We focus in, and he has a plan. My biggest thing is I'm not dating a man with a poor fucking mind.
Thank you.
Like that's just
Now, the nigga that
you
work at
can't
Taco
say-
Bell, he not going to the NFL. Your daughter is dating him. What's up?
I'm not. If she like that nigga, she like that nigga.
So what you gonna tell her?
So I'm gonna tell her to always make sure you straight. I'm not gonna tell her don't find love because a nigga work at Taco Bell. That's ignorant.
Okay.
That's ignorant.
So
If a nigga work at McDonald's and my baby, she like him, my baby can always rely on me. You know what I mean? But I'm saying at the same time, I'm not in that who she love.
Yeah.
Y'all done fell in love before with some niggas that ain't shit. Just because a nigga got some money don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know what this young nigga from Taco Bell or however old he is. He probably got a plan to be successful.
Yeah, I used to work.
what if he don't?
Mer.
What if he don't?
I don't know that. My baby
What
know
if
this
he
nigga.
don't?
I'm trying to help my daughter understand, like, hey, this is what you pay attention for. If a nigga ain't on your alignment, but if both of y'all poor, who give a fuck?
Fellas, is it not weird at this point that some women say they deserve it just because they exist? You deserve what? That is so weird to me.
This is going to sound rude, but most 40-something-year-old women who have gone through divorce, who have children, are bitter old hags. If a man is in his 40s and he's gone through divorce, there's a 9 out of 10 chance he's going to want to go after 20-something-year-olds than 40-something-year-olds.
Because they find them more attractive.
I think it's because they're not bitter old hags. Like, they're still young and excited about life. I've seen guys go after 25-year-old women that aren't as physically attractive than 40-something-year-old women that are more attractive because of that.
Yeah, women in that age, most of them be like that. That's why men like happy women. Simple.
Babe, why do you think men use logic and women use emotion?
Well, to be honest with you, I think it's because, like, somebody always coming to save a woman, and us as men, we know, like, ain't nobody coming to save us, so...
But men still got emotion, too, though.
Yeah, we got emotion, but when we share our emotion, it's... Like, say you share your emotion to a woman, you're going to realize that she really didn't care, and you really going to end up, like...
But a woman is who going to care the most. We full of emotion.
I mean, that's true, but sometimes emotion ain't right. You get what I'm saying? Like, do you get what I'm saying?
But
like,
sometimes a woman's emotion is the logic, though.
Nah. The 99% of the time, like, women just be talking while men have to live in truth.
Then what
and
makes
be
you
for
think
real.
that's right?
Because, like I say, somebody gonna always have y'all back. We gonna be over here alone, so we know we can't come out here in this world and play while y'all get to play. Y'all get 100 chances, we get 1. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's why I think women use emotion over logic, because logic is what we have to get through our day. Y'all play all day on the emotions. We can't live like that. That's just the life of a man. You feel me? But
Bro, these modern women listen with their defensiveness instead of their ears. Because living in emotions, regardless of the facts, is not logic.
I did not know I was pregnant by him. We're still a family. You, me, and her, we're still family. So you're just gonna walk out of her life. You're the only one that she knows.
Obviously, this is a skip, but fellas, DNA test should be mandatory at birth. Before you sign that birth certificate, get a DNA test first.
Some women do not want peace. They want chaos with emotional validation attached to it. And nobody wants to say that out loud because it sounds harsh. But it's true. You keep going back to the same man who disrespects you, lies to you, embarrasses you, drains you, disappoints you, and then acts shocked every single time he repeats the same behavior. At some point, it stops being, he hurt me, and it starts becoming, why am I addicted to choosing this? Because some of you really do not want healthy love. Healthy love feels boring to you. Healthy love feels unfamiliar. Healthy love does not activate your nervous system. You confuse anxiety with chemistry, inconsistency with passion, emotional unavailability with depth. And here's the part nobody likes hearing. When people genuinely call you out because they care about you, you don't want honesty. You want comfort. You run straight to the friends who soften the truth. The ones who say, girl, follow your heart. He'll change. If you love him, fight for it. Meanwhile, your life is falling apart behind a man who has already shown you exactly who he is. Some of you don't want accountability. You want permission. Permission to keep making destructive choices without feeling judged for them. And the moment somebody tells you the truth, that you're betraying yourself, ignoring red flags, romanticizing dysfunction, and choosing potential over reality, you call them negative or jealous. Oh, they hating, they're too harsh. No, they're just not enabling you anymore. You cannot heal in a cycle you keep volunteering for. And until you stop confusing chaos for love, you will continue choosing people who feel exciting instead of people who are actually good for you.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. She summed it up better than anyone else that I've ever heard.
Your manager told you to be at work at 7 a.m. Yes. Ooh, that's a little early. But you still did what was necessary to be there on time at 7 a.m. Your husband says, hey, we need to head out. I'll just use church. We need to head out the door. We need to be leaving for church at 9:30. We need to be leaving out the door for this. Why are you always late? And then you get mad at him when he says, why are you always late? So how is it that you can do it for a manager, but you can't do it for your husband? Oh, watch this. You start a new dress code. Okay. You start a new job, ma'am. On this job, we're going to pay you $20 an hour. But unfortunately, you cannot wear jeans. You cannot wear gym shoes. You have to wear slacks and you have to wear a dress. So guess what you do? Even if it's not in your wardrobe, you take your personal money and go shopping in order to obey what your manager asks you to do. But when your husband told you, hey, I'd like you to wear this. Oh, no, I'm not wearing that because this is my body. I'm not going to dress for my husband. That's stupid. So why is it that you're doing it for a manager, but you're not doing it for your husband? Doesn't make any sense. So I've gotten a lot of slack because of that. But the truth be told is there are a lot of women. Watch this. You're never going to tell me that you're going to work for a manager and that manager does not tell you something that you don't like. When that manager tells you something that you don't like, are you interrupting him? Are you clapping at the hands at him and doing all that type of stuff? No. But you come right home and do that with your husband.
Yeah, they hear this and be like, the job pays me. And at the same time, they're asking, why can't I find a good man?
One time I said, men, what are your favorite questions? And the men in the audience just looked at me. And
No thanks.
and I'm like, do you need time to think about it? And then they'd shake their hands. And then I'm like, somebody please tell me what's going on. And this one man said, no questions. And I was like, what? No questions? And they said, yeah, he said, I don't want to be interrogated. And so then I asked, how many questions makes it an interrogation?
One.
Why ask a question when you're not going to listen to the answer anyways? Men know a minefield when they see one.
I'm about to play with you, bro. I told you stay on my property and you keep coming on my property.
I would be on your property if you cleaned up after yourself. I would
Okay.
like to see what the inside of your house looks like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at
Wow, wow.
Trashy.
Get out. Okay, all right. Okay. Well, yeah, stay right where you at, Karen.
Yeah, I think she likes you, bro.
A man falls in love is a very important conversation, and I'm glad that we're having it. However, the girls are being a little disingenuous here, and I don't like that. Because the men are saying that they were taught from a young age that love is conditional and that they have to become a man, a protector, a provider in order to be loved. And that they never thought that these women would just love them for being them. And there's a lot of women in the comment section saying, yes, I would, I do. However, if a successful man and a broke man had the same personality, morals, ethics, a lot of y'all are not choosing that broke man. And you know that. The data shows us that. So they do indeed need to become a little something in order to be loved to an extent. A lot of men know this, and most of them are okay with it, to be honest, even though it is hard. But y'all can't have this conversation about how men deserve to be loved too, while simultaneously having the conversation about how men don't have enough testosterone and they don't have Adam's apples and deep enough voices and they're not tall enough for you. So you all are keeping up the patriarchy. We are enforcing the fact that men have to become and achieve in order to receive love while women get to exist. We uphold that, not them.
Love is always conditional for men.
Being married to my husband is a privilege. So yesterday, he took the boys around noon to see Spider-Man. Now, I didn't go see Spider-Man. I stayed home, but they went to see Spider-Man. He said, well, after Spider-Man, we're probably going to go do something so that you can have more time to yourself at home. So he said, I'm just going to take him to Chuck E. Cheese. They came back around 6:30 or something like that. He also picked up the groceries because we had a grocery pickup. Came home, put the groceries away. Okay, so then I was cooking, you know, busy, like on my feet, everything like that. So I finally stopped, cooked, fed everybody, and I was just like, whew. So he heard that and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay. Like, I'm just tired." And he said, "No, but are you okay?" I said again, "Yes, I'm okay." But it was just that thought, like, okay.
See, we love to see a healthy relationship.
That's why you're seeing the post.
I've seen a post because somebody
Think
within
some
my
sexy.
friend.
I said I was unaware of what was
disagree?
going
I didn't know what was
those
going
pictures weren't sexy. Do you disagree with that?
I don't know what you're asking me.
Do you think I look sexy in those pictures? Do you think those pictures?
I think I saw the photos because he commented.
That's not what I
all.
asked you. You're answering a question I'm not asking you.
I don't want to answer that.
Okay, then say that. Then the conversation can't go
You feel like she
further.
looked attractive in the pictures? I feel like she attracted a lot of comments.
Did you feel like she looked attractive in the
I don't want to
picture?
answer that
That's
question.
I thought
Listen, the conversation can't move
Ask me that question.
Other guy said, "Ask me that question." That's hilarious.
If your wife told you that she would rather get a divorce than ever have sex with you again, how are you supposed to respond to that? Are you supposed to just sit there and take it? Are you just supposed to say, "Oh, well, I guess that's something I carry mentally with me for the rest of my life. I'll just go with the flow and keep on with the relationship"? You're supposed to tell yourself, well, if she didn't really mean it, she's just having one of those days. It's that time of the month, as a lot of guys say. Well, check out this email that I got from a guy. We'll call him John. I had to change a few of the details to protect his anonymity here, but most of this is exactly how he wrote it to me. He says, "We were arguing about the same thing we always argue about. Money, the kids, who does more, normal stuff. I don't even remember how we got there, but at some point I said something about we never sleep together anymore, how it's almost been a year, and I just wanted to know if this was ever going to change." She didn't yell. She got real quiet and looked at me and said, calm as anything, that she would rather get divorced than have sex with me again. And then she went back to loading the dishwasher. I stood there in the kitchen like an idiot. I think I said, okay. I think that's the word that came out of my mouth. Okay. That was 3 weeks ago. We haven't talked about it. We're still living like nothing happened. She makes coffee. I take the kids to school. We say goodnight. And I hear that sentence every single day. I hear it when I look at her. I hear it when I look in the mirror. I keep wondering what's so wrong with me that the idea of touching me is worse than ending our whole life together. What does that make me? 41 years old, and my wife would rather burn it all down than let me near her. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know who to even tell. So I'm telling you.
Yeah, get a divorce. Leave immediately. Leave immediately. If she withholds intimacy, that's a sign of her cheating.
Women's pickup game or the way women get men is hypocrisy at its finest, and it's not fair. It's not fair. I was at the bar the other day, the young lady gonna come up to me and say, damn, you look good, I just know you're a whore. I said, damn, mama, I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking the same shit about you. How you doing? She gonna push me off and say I'm disrespectful. But you said it first!
Yeah, man, they're not even fun to flirt with anymore.
Unpopular opinion, a man can literally give a woman everything, and she will complain about what he didn't. He's loyal, he shows up, and he's a provider. He's consistent and he's patient. He's loving, caring, kind, and godly, but instead of you appreciating that, you'll be stuck on what he's missing. He don't text you back fast enough. He don't say what you want him to say, how you want him to say it, when you want him to say it to you. He didn't do exactly what you pictured in your mind for him to do. So now everything he does means nothing. That's not high standards, baby. That's emotional greed. If nothing is ever good enough for you, no man will ever be either.
Give a woman the world and she will ask you why the moon didn't come with it.
Y'all have to understand that woman was created for man. But many of you operate in your marriages like your husband was created for you. You were created for your husband's benefit.
of emotional abuse to constantly bring problems to a man that make no sense. Knowing men are problem solvers and a really considerate man who wants to try to keep his woman happy is interpreting all these useless arguments and all these useless complaints by trying to filter out what the problem is and figure it out. Well, what seems to be the problem, sweetie? Well, how can I make it better? Only you can't make it better because the shit she's upset about never made sense to begin with. And since men are such logical creatures, you don't think it's psychological abuse to constantly bring issues to a man's attention that make no sense, positioning him to try to make sense out of it anyways. And this is how he's going to live his life. Men that live to try to keep an unhappy woman happy are the most puzzled looking men I know. They always look lost, constantly just trying to keep it together because they're trying to figure out something that makes no sense. It's so normalized, it's almost considered charming. To be the guy that's like, you know, the wife isn't always easy. Sometimes I have to sleep on the couch, but you know, you dip and dabble and you ride the waves. And the other guys at the office laugh and shit like, oh, I've had those days. If a woman expresses she loves me and I love her too, I say, oh my goodness, we're in love. So the first time she raises her voice, I say, you have to leave the house. She's like, I have to leave the house. I'm like, yes, you have to leave the house because you're yelling. This is not love. Now, I know older men would say that's so immature. You don't know how to handle a relationship. Oh, but you do. See, when you live inside the madhouse, everything outside the madhouse seems like bullshit. I love when people tell me, you'll see one day when you get married. The way I deal with women would be considered wrong by normal society. I've learned to live like a cat. A cat checks out the scene, creeps in the room. Someone starts petting the cat's head. He's like, oh, this is a loving environment. But if you clap your hands at that motherfucker, you'll never see him again. That's me. The first time she raises her voice, you have to leave the house. This is not love.
Absolutely. This is so true. You need to break that pattern before it becomes one.
You gonna lie to me?
Ain't no nigga. Shit.
Why are you fucking
God damn.
my
Fuck in the
face?
car. Dumbass girl.
Oh,
Fuck,
nigga.
fuck wrong with her? What the fuck, man? I see you, bro. I'm out.
All right, nigga, be safe. He said, God
Get the
damn.
fuck in the car.
You think this shit is a fucking...
Get in the goddamn car.
You think it's a game, though? Why do you fight? Like, why do you do that? Because why the fuck was you lying to me?
Get in the fucking car.
Why ain't you... listen, you came back. Why the fuck didn't you come see me?
You blocked me. Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you.
Stop throwing shit, nigga. Stop throwing shit.
I'm gonna tell you why.
What is going on here, bro?
You better be real quiet on the creek when it's my time to go out for 4 days.
Do you know the 24-hour rule?
I'm slow. I don't know nothing.
Any bitch that I'm living with, you're not back by the morning, everything gonna be in the front. It's gonna look like a yard sale around this
What time is
motherfucker.
the morning?
Or when the sun comes up.
But if I'm stepping out at 11, you said 24 hours, baby. That's a whole day.
That's just the name of the rule.
It seems like women just want men to be like hardened criminals, because I saw this post where this girl was like, oh, I like, you know, rubbing my man's face, rubbing his beard, rubbing his back. Like, she was just saying all these things, right? And everyone was like, yeah, men want to act like fucking babies. I'm like, how is that acting like a baby because you like to be touched by your woman? Like, women only see intimacy and money and sex and that damn rose toy. Like, that's it. There's nothing else that matters to them at this point. And it's like, I thought that was like terms of endearment. Like, I thought that was like showing someone that you love them, like a way of intimacy, like, you know, little feather rubs, like rubbing their beard. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I personally thought that men actually enjoyed those things. And so in the comments, men were like, yeah, we like this. Like, don't let these hood nishas tell you that we don't. You know what I mean? The unpicks tell you that we don't, because we do. And I'm just like, how is that? Like they said, it's like, oh, men want to be babies. They want to be babies. How is that wanting to be a baby by wanting to be like touched in love? Like, damn, can they have feelings and emotions too? It's like, I just don't understand these women these days. Y'all just ain't shit.
Most of these modern women don't see men as humans.
My husband loves me enough to bend. I ain't even gonna say that, because that man would kick my ass. See?
One time my marriage counselor told me, if you want your husband to speak to you like a woman, you're gonna have to act like a woman. If you want to enter into your soft girl era, you gotta stop acting like a man at home. I was telling her, like, hey, it seems like my husband is angry all the time. And she's like, is he angry or is he defensive? And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, well, what kind of energy are you bringing to the conversation? What kind of tone are you using when you speak to him? And I'm like, well, I'm saying the right things. And she's like, it's not just about what you're saying. It's how you're saying it. It's not just about what you're saying. It's the energy that you bring when you say it. And see, I know that's true because I have 3 kids. And when I call my 5-year-old daughter from the other room, when I say her name, if I say it with frustration in my voice, she's going to answer me with frustration in her voice. She knows what kind of mood I'm in just based upon my tone. And I think a lot of times we feel like, oh, we want to blame our husbands like they're angry all the time, but we come to them with a certain type of tone. See, we can't enter into our soft girl era if we're coming with this boss babe energy. We want to be treated like a woman. We need to act like a woman, not put our husband on the defensive. See, unfortunately, men were created to be protectors, but the place that they've most often had to protect themselves in is in the four walls of their home. And so maybe he's not angry, maybe he's defensive because he's had to protect himself from the constant onslaught of attacks within his home. So I learned that if I wanted to really enter into my soft girl era, I had to start acting like a soft girl.
Yes, I 1000% agree with this. But the only exception is when two people are arguing or debating. A fact is still going to be a fact, even if your delivery or your tone is bad.